welcome once again to the Night Wolf Temple. Today is Saturday, February 8th, 2025, and today I will be doing a one-card pull from the Sola Busca Tarot deck, one of the, if not the oldest complete tarot deck in existence. This deck was created in Italy, in Ferrara, and then painted in Venice in the 15th century. It is sometimes called the Game of Saturn. Very beautiful artwork in this deck. The deck I'm using was published by Lo Scarabeo. The card for today in this deck is the Ace of Swords. The swords are a air suit. Air is masculine. It is connected to the intellect. In this card, we see a single sword in the arms of two men with the initials M and S next to the men. The Ace of Swords is power of force. It is mind over matter. It is the primal male intellect affecting the world. So the beginning of all effect in the world, the beginning of all action in the world would take place in the mind first. You see the sword rising up from the ground as a tower. The two figures in this card are also wearing different colored armor or clothing. One is red, one is blue. The M and S could possibly stand for Marius and Sulla, and the reason I say that is the Sola Busca deck, being Italian, has a lot of references to Italian and Roman history. So other cards in the deck are related to different figures from antiquity in Italian history, and also some Greek figures, like the King of Swords is Alexander the Great in this deck, for example. In this case, my theory is that the M and S represent Marius and Sulla, who were figures from Roman history involved in a civil war about 100 years before Caesar did his thing in Rome. And so you have Marius, who reformed the Roman military to make it sort of the thing that we think about when we think about legionaries and how the military was organized. And Sulla was was against Marius and Marius's reforms, actually Marius was against Sulla's reforms. And Sulla was known primarily for his proscriptions in Rome, where he ended up retaking the city and declaring himself dictator for quite a long time, and basically having a reign of terror where he purged all of his political rivals in Rome. That's one interpretation. I would also perhaps suggest that the men represented on the cards are Castor and Pollux, who are also tied to the history of Rome. They were said to be at the battle. What's the name of the battle? The battle of, of Lake Regillius, and they were said to be seen leading the Roman cavalry in this battle, which took place around 500 BC, where the Romans defeated an army of other Latins. And Castor and Pollux are the divine twins. They are represented in the constellation Gemini, and they are figures that occur in Greek mythology. They are the brothers of Helen of Troy. They are They were Argonauts with Jason and the Argonauts, and they were also associated in Rome with the cavalry. So they were very martial deities in the Roman pantheon. So not knowing too much about this deck, those are my interpretations. You could either have Marius or Sola represented here, or Castor and Pollux, who are also known as the Dioscuri. My interpretation of this card for today is that this is definitely a card with some military aspects to it, although this doesn't necessarily imply that you need to go out and physically fight anyone. It could be just the idea, the concept of martial, so battle with the intellect, using your mind to conquer things, and representing the primal force, the beginning of your triumph, of your maybe military triumph over an obstacle. But it would definitely be in the intellect. It would definitely be connected to your starting in the mind, starting with the force rising from the mind and then manifesting out into the greater world, which, as we know with magic in general, is how it works. That our minds are more powerful or more big or greater than anything that we can really conceive of. It's the concept of things that we observe act differently when we observe them than when we don't. So this is at the very root of what magic is. And the ace cards are very primal, like the root of all power in the suit that they're in. And I mean, there's potentially some phallic representation, of course, with the sword jutting right up in the air and the masculine energy in this card. So that's the card of the day today. I want to thank you for watching this video, and please do me a favor. If you like this content, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the videos. It would help out as a new channel to get your subscription and to get your likes. Thank you for attending the Night Wolf Temple today, and have a great Saturday.